Yes, my name is Stephen William Novik. I am an Edmonton's eccentric poet. Now I am residing in Port Alberni. But as a bit of a graduation present from the MacEwan's Professional Writing program, I got published in their magazine. And this poem I shall present to you now called BSEh. My unfinished poem is a spray-paint crazy editor hallucinates commercials, thinks of going to advertising, winks itself into another language, French, German, Arabic, Chinese, is unsurpassed with its world records of gutter balls, lonely weekends, wasted tea bags, and consecutive days without hiccuping. In tones deep woods, somewhere back at about 1990, in its mind of memories. My unfinished poem remembers when it learned left from right, but still gets it mixed up. My unfinished poem loves reliving its embarrassing past, starts that food fight in Red Deer, splits its pants during a high school choir concert, sings Beatles songs at community baseball games, dances like Popeye, wishes it was older when that lady answered the bottle drive doorbell in a bath towel. My unfinished poem has seen Halley's Comet, over 100 meteors, and possibly 3 UFOs. My unfinished poem hums lightly as I try to piece its jigsaw logic together, but dings like a grumpy PC when the interlocking diction doesn't click. Hates me for bypassing poetic conventions and avoiding criticism. Slips into one of its moods and goes all Don Quixote on me, galloping off the page towards windmills of my mind obscura. Does its best Broadway caterwauling in its dressing room and it flubs up its lines during rehearsal. My unfinished poem is out on a bender. May I take a message? My unfinished poem is a minefield gardener, like the job of a market researcher, hates shoveling snow, riding the bus in the changing pace of technology, is only literate with comic books, would rather be a Polaroid, says of the 3-page resume format, this is me, this is what I've done. If you don't believe me, call these people. My unfinished poem smoked a cigarillo once. My unfinished poem thinks I'll find it in the periodical section of the downtown library. Has yet to write a want ad. Can't keep a secret. Can sing the blues. Thinks it's Indiana Jones when it goes shopping at Goodwill. Used to make the streetlights glow, dance with its eyes. Still makes the best damn milkshakes in the land. Is keeping his bronze medals. It tells me that a gambling man can't have servants, for he himself is a slave. My unfinished poem is the period that pressures me into having that second bowl of Sugar Crisp. My unfinished poem rides around on Harley-Davidson 10-speed, stopped on a dime for 2 bits worth of nickel, went against the green and tore a hole in its sandpaper, raises a comb over its old bald scalp just to scratch the itch, while longing for the days it can't have back. What a bitch. My unfinished poem is the poem to end all poems. My unfinished poem is a beware of dog sign hidden by shrubs. Is still puzzled by the necessity of a driver's license to direct air traffic. Only takes bribes in high denominations, painted the white lines on the road to hell. Walks home in hockey skates and hangs its hat on my clock. When it leaves, it never knows when it got here. My poem is not naked, it's wearing a smile. My unfinished poem picks the trees that makes the pulp, that makes the paper that it will be printed on. Has consumed 4,578 McDonald's hamburgers in its lifetime, half of them with cheese. Was a candidate in the California recall vote. Is the odds-on favorite for being the answer to the $64,000 question and was rough drafted on a BX stock certificate. My unfinished poem always has to go for the joke. Question, what was the make of your first car? Lego. My unfinished poem has yet to withstand absolute zero, will always be read a half hour later in Newfoundland, has a pH level of 3.2, blows 1,000 soap bubbles out its nose, belches in iambic pentameter, sneezes at Mach 2, itches in the bizarrest of places. My unfinished poem is bigger than your unfinished poem. My unfinished poem is 133,822 kilometers squared, has doubled the number of secret nap hideaways than all the cats in the neighborhood combined, has just brought in its first royalty check, aligns planets, influences tides, defies gravity, and loses car keys, can sometimes be as distant as Pluto. My unfinished poem is one mad cow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.